Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm just Terrell. You ever been out somewhere and overheard two people having crazy conversations?
Yeah, well, we are those people. We've been having these conversations since college.
Yep, it's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast, King's Court, Season 1, Episode 5 recap. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and leave a review.
I just want to point out, this is a tough show to take notes on.
It is.
The way they edit it, it's good for watching because the time goes by really fast, but it is hell taking notes on this show.
Yeah, I would agree. I struggle with it every week. Because like you'll take a note and then you're like, well, that conversation was pointless. Now I gotta go back and delete because there's nothing out of that. I tried to like find something, but I can't go anywhere with it. So yeah I'm with you.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's you see the filler content on some of these other shows. Like they have the wake up scene, and then and that doesn't go anywhere else, right? But that's just filler content. It's like this one's a ton of filler content, back to back to back to back. You're like, what the? All right, so what do I do here? But what up, Bodine? And Karen says it's Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Monday.
Monday. All day. All day.
All right, let's get to this, man, because we do have a healthy schedule this week. You know, today we've got King's Court. Tomorrow, dropping Random Thoughts, and it's going to be at least 12 to 24 hours for the regulars before the randoms, which can drop tonight and then tomorrow for everybody else. And then Wednesday, we get into Love is Blind. So we're doing episodes 1 and 2 Wednesday night. So do us a favor. On your lunch break, watch episode 1. While you know you're not working in the afternoon, watch episode 2.
Yeah. Because we're going to talk about it.
And then Thursday, we'll get to episodes 3 and 4. We're gonna go through it. And I will say, they are moving fast on that show right now, and I like it. Karen, it's okay. We all make that mistake sometimes. I get it. What up, Melissa? Matt says we're putting up all this content, getting all this content out this week. Yes, you know, blame OWN because they brought Ready to Love back. But let's get it out of the way because Married at First Sight's on the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And I love the fact that we got this 4 weeks of Love is Blind. The accents are great. Now we got to go take notes on this, but it's good. In the meantime, let's get back to the model, the ball player, and the wrestler. And as we see on King's Court, we pick up where we left off last time, and you've got Thaddius out there talking with Janae. What'd you get from this convo here?
I mean, Carlos?
Carlos.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm like, what did I miss? Damn it.
Too much content this week. My bad.
No,
Carlos
I get it. No, it's
out there with Janae. Jesus. You know what? Thaddius was such a prominent part of this episode that, that's what got me. You know it's going all downhill if that's the way I'm starting. Let's go.
So Janae is in her head about Carlos and his perfect match. And I think Carlos was trying to think, like, he had this expert who was like, 86% success rate. He's like thinking maybe this is my perfect match.
Right.
But she's all in her feels about it. But then Carlos says that he's learning about her through this conversation, which what'd you learn? That she's jealous of Jennifer?
That's exactly what he's learning. Because you notice when he said that, I didn't think that was a good thing. There's
I didn't either.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'm learning about you. It's just like, oh, you one of those. You're the jealous type.
Because that's not what she showed.
Right.
But the minute she found out he had a matchmaker, that's when it really showed up. And you can see that side of her that she went, there it is. You know, when you're waiting for that to show up, everything's all nice. You're like, where is that other side? There it is. And we see it. Janae, we see it. Like Melissa says, Janae's doing too much. You're on a reality show. Get it together. Agree?
Agree. I mean, you're in a competition.
Mm-hmm.
Compete.
Yeah. And she will, as we see later in this episode. You know, they had dinner, right? And this is where I was jumping the gun. Thaddius he's there talking to a bunch of, and It's funny. I say dinner, but they were all just sitting around the table. I didn't see any food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was just him and all these women, right? And the whole thing comes up about kids, and he's like, "Yeah, well, no, I was married before. I had a vasectomy because I never felt I was going to get married again, and I don't want to build another broken home." That's a lot, but
It's a lot, but I respect it.
Okay,
I respect it. So many people shouldn't have had kids that built all these broken homes.
True.
And people having to pay the price for it, especially the kids. So I respect Thaddius for that.
Yeah, it was an interesting one because then you see Tari just start to really, well, why? If you meet somebody and they want to have, you can't offer them a child that looks like you. And something about the way she kept saying that. I don't know if it was just me that picked up on that, or did you pick up on the fact that she just kept saying, to make a child that looks like you, a child that looks like.
Yeah.
What was that about?
It was creepy because that just sounds weird, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers type weird. I just like, why? Don't you want to have somebody that looks just like you? That's not the reason to have kids.
I need another one of this good looking.
Yeah, I need some more doppelgangers. Let me just go ahead and spread my seed.
But we get to find out a lot more though, because in that moment, Thaddius just really reveals a whole lot. In fact, revealed that he was a product of SA, basically the L word, right? Yeah. And it had a big impact on him and how it changed once he found out his relationship with his mother.
Yeah, I mean, that was such a very vulnerable thing to do because not only you're sharing it with these ladies who you don't know,
right?
You're also sharing it with the 1,500 people that watch this show.
More than 1,500 people watch the show.
You're sharing that with a lot of folks. But I think it was touching because I couldn't imagine she's 11 and pregnant, and then has a 12-year, at 12 has a baby, and just all the responsibility in that. And so it was very touching that he shared that. I was impressed with his vulnerability.
You could see in the way he was delivering it, because there wasn't a lot of emotion when he's saying it, but you could feel the pain in what he was saying.
Yeah, you can, but it sounds like he's at peace with where it's all at. You know what I mean?
Yes, at peace, but you could also feel the pain of when he realized, oh, this is why, and that he had that change of heart once he found out with his mom. Okay, so yeah, it's. That was a tough one, man. You saw how that affected Tari. Now, her reaction to that, I think it almost felt like she was like, damn, I kept pushing the button and here's what happened.
Yeah.
Do you think she felt a little bit of remorse in that moment?
I think she realized foot and mouth. Foot and mouth disease is what happened right there.
But I think her reaction is what made Thaddius realize, like, hold on. She's going through a lot as well. Something's going on here. There's a lot more to this. We're going to talk about this. And I like the way he handled her. He's shown that maturity all season long so far, at least through these 5 episodes, right?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. Next up, we see, I think it shows us the next day, right? I mean, time just flies in this house. I don't know what it is. We see Tyson and Felicia pulls him to the side.
Yeah.
Now, interesting thing is because it's technically the next day because it's at night.
Right.
And it's literally 2 minutes before Sarah's scheduled alone time at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Smart move by Felicia. It was this hijacking the date.
Very smart move by Felicia because Tyson could have easily said, hey, I can't talk right now. I got a date with Sarah in 2 minutes, but tomorrow.
He did say the 2 minutes, and then he totally ignored it.
Exactly. He could have easily been like, hey, no, if he wanted to, he could. And Felicia was just testing the boundaries. She was Sarah was supposed to be the cleanup hitter for the day. She was
supposed to be the closer.
You're my closer. And I thought that was pretty smooth on Felicia's part.
Okay. 105. Sarah sitting over there like, all right, you know what? This is stupid. I'm going to bed. Smart move on her part.
It's a competition. That's what you signed up for. And you got all these people going after this man. And here's what's very interesting to me about this show. I feel like you can tell no matter how many of these women say they've dated celebrities. No, you haven't. Because you can't be like this trying to date celebrities. They're not going to really like you. because you're going to be all drama. And I think that's what Sarah was doing this episode. She just seems a lot of drama.
Okay, but look, you see me over here. I'm just going to take the other side of this real quick because I get you on the drama later, but here, no. And she could have made really made some noise in that moment, but she didn't, right? Instead, she said, okay, you know what time it is. You knew what time it was when she sat down and dragged you out there. You see me over here. Deuces, my dude. I ain't chasing you for that. And she left. I think that was actually for self-respect alone. Yes, take your ass to bed because this man doesn't respect you enough to even say, excuse me, Felicia, you're 2 minutes up. I got my 1 o'clock. The closer's here. I mean, now to your point, it's a competition. She should have just walked over and said, hey, your time's up. 3, 2, 1, your time is up. Get your ass up out of here.
Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
She doesn't know that. I'm sorry. I don't care how many black men she dated. She doesn't know that.
She doesn't know about Stillwater. No, I know.
If somebody said that to her, she'd be like, what time? What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Sly A says, sounds like these guys have the women on the stroll. It's pretty much kind of what it is, man. Tyson, still the life of the party and also the focus of a lot of this, right? Because here it is the next morning. And I'm wondering what time these cats are waking up. They had a 1 o'clock appointment. But anyway, he's up early with Allison. And we found out a lot about Allison in this moment, too, a.k.a. baby Vanessa Williams.
Yeah. Well, she was his match from the matchmaker. And he's talking to her, knowing what's weird to me is why you keep talking to her, knowing you want more children. And have y'all had that conversation yet? I don't know. Because to me, I'm like, Tyson, get that out the way. If they're like a no, well, then don't waste your time.
If that's exactly, because that's something that was important to him.
Right. 100%.
Without
yeah. But he said that he asked if she's opposed to the physical activities he likes to do. And that's when she talks about a bicycling or cycling accident and how she's still going through some therapy and recovery for that.
She tells the story and it's a very traumatic story, right? She's still going through it. And even says that she tries to usually hide the scar, right? And I like the fact that she didn't hide it that day. And they get the story, right? Get it out and whatnot. What I didn't like about this conversation is I get it. People have been falling at your feet for your life. I have no idea what that is like, okay? But damn, can you let the woman have her moment? Because as she is pouring out her heart to Tyson, he goes, that's great. Now let me tell you about me. You see the scratch right here?
Yeah, you see this? I got an owie too. Look at mine.
Does this man know how to have a conversation that does not resolve in everything revolving around him?
No, because that's just what his world has been like for this long. You got to take that. If you're going to date someone like Tyson, who is his whole world, that since we've known him on the scene, it's about him. Why would you expect anything less?
Look, I'm not surprised, but I'm watching at this moment, watching the show, and I'm just going, I can see people just unliking this page. And then you still have the others like, but it's still Tyson Beckford.
Yeah, exactly. As I said before when we first started doing this, not many of us have heard him talk.
Right.
And a lot of the women that like him is for how he looked. But no one said, you know what? I was listening to this podcast with Tyson, and he said...
What did he say? Nothing. He just smiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts. Oh man. Before we get to the pool party, because I know she comes up quite a bit. Stories Simone shares says, do any Mavs watchers recognize Felicia? Did you see her in Mavs? Because I did see Tay from Ready to Love was also married at first sight as a bridesmaid at one point.
Yeah,
we've seen people crossing.
Well, if Felicia was a contestant, that would have been before because I didn't start till season 12.
13.
Mavs. 13. You're right. Season 12 was Atlanta.
Yeah.
So season 13. So if she was on any of those seasons beforehand, I wouldn't know.
Right. So she says, Felicia looked very familiar to me, and I was trying to recall she was either in the season with Iris in North Carolina. That was a good one too. Or Karen and Miles in New Orleans. Yeah, that would have been. You didn't see that one either. The one in New Orleans as a friend. You see, and here's the interesting thing, and it's always interesting to me when people find the people in the background, because I don't pay it. Like the only person I recognized as a bridesmaid was Deontay Wilder's ex, who was in there as one of the bridesmaids on Love Is Blind. But yeah,
right.
Interesting to see when you see these folks crossing over on different shows. And is it because, hey, it worked for them? Let me try it. Work for my friend. Let me try it. Or
right.
Well, people hop from reality TV show to reality TV show anyway, right? So that's not surprising. We have a pool party that Janae is absolutely ecstatic about to celebrate that all the queens are finally there in the house. Being sarcastic here because Janae, again, her attitude is just, what's wrong?
Stank.
Now, did you like when Tari came out in her Queen Nefertiti outfit?
No. What? Tari, because I think Tari's just being too extra. I get it. It's competition.
You just said it was. I'm about to say you just said it was.
I know. You're about to go there. I said I know it's a competition.
Okay,
but pick your moments. But she's just a bit much. No, that she's just a bit much. I think there's other things that she could do to get that attention. She's just a bit much.
All right. I know you don't like women to have a haircut that's identical to yours, but when she came out in that outfit, she had longer hair.
Yeah, but I know what's under there. Nothing. That would bother me. It just wouldn't work for me.
See, I know that's where you're stuck.
No, I have nothing to do with it. She's extra.
They don't know this, but I know you, and I know that's where you're stuck.
After watching this episode, there's a lot about her, and I'm like, okay, she's a bit extra, but too much. But no, that was not on my mind. The hair thing was not on my mind.
Now, Ariel, she was in her feelings because when Dr. Kalia shows up, Ariel's like, she starts to get all in her feelings. But is that Thaddius' fault?
Well, no, it's a competition. Mm-hmm. And so Thaddius has been treating her really well from the beginning, but he's also trying to meet some other connections.
Yeah.
And all that. So that's fine. But Ariel, I think, got in her feelings.
Well, to the point, even when Thaddius is like, yeah, she delivered babies today. He's like, well, she's not an OBGYN. Yeah. Which is true. Well, she's not. She's a pediatrician, but
is it possible a pediatrician could deliver a baby? Emergency situation? It's possible.
Possible. I don't know. Don't get me the line. I'll tell a good one. Something that surprised me though was when Steph decided to shoot her shot at Carlos, right?
Yeah.
To the point that she even tells him that he is her perfect match. I'm like, wrong show. But go ahead.
Where'd this come from? Because she's kind of been in the background and all of a sudden tried to step up like that. I thought it was bold. It's competition. So get it, just to see how it works out for you.
And he was as surprised as we all were. And so at the same time, he's like, all right, that's all well and good. I appreciate that. Let me go over here and see my actual match that somebody had. So he tries to get Jennifer to get him a margarita. And instead, Janae says, all right, let me show you my Dikembe Mutombo. And blocking the shot.
No, Jennifer. Hey, but I'm like, kudos to you, Janae. But no, I got him. I'll get his drink. I'll make me and margarita.
I ain't see her wash her hands though, so I don't know. She was squeezing all them limes in his margarita. I ain't see her wash her hands first.
Maybe the lime juice will kill it.
I'm gonna tell you something. Hold up. I'm sidetrack for a second. Jump off the interstate, get onto the service road for a second. Because the other night I went to go see Teddy Swims, right? And I'm standing in the line, and our bartender is the slowest bartender on earth. I swear. Everybody else ran through their lines a lot faster. But I'm watching the other people making drinks for people, going through fast and squeezing the limes and dropping the limes in the drink. And I'm like, nasty. But then I saw that same bartender do like this on the face, do like this on the face, and then go make another drink, squeeze some more limes. And I'm like, oh, and all the stuff you're touching. And that irks the crap out of me, which is why when I saw Janae making that margarita, it triggered me.
I don't blame you because I worked in the industry. I've bartended.
Mhm.
Do you know how many times I've been cutting limes and they fall on the floor and I just pick them up, put them right back in there. So I don't want any limes in my drink. People ask, you want fruit with that, with your Tito's and vodka or Tito's and soda? I say, nope, just straight up. So it's disgusting, right? And then the other thing that grosses me out about bars, especially dive bars, it's people that want to get a Dos Equis or a Corona dressed. You know what
the hell is
dressed
that?
means, right?
No.
So it's where you take you have the bottle, the Dos Equis bottle.
You put a bow tie?
You either put lime juice or you just squeeze a lime and rub it on the side. Then you sprinkle salt, like kosher salt, and then you put the lime inside. So what people do is they lick the neck with the salt and the lime, and then they drink the Dos Equis or Corona. The problem with that is if you've ever bartended, when you stack beer, you don't grab it from the bottom, you grab it from the necks.
Yeah.
So those necks are touching all kind of hands from the Budweiser guys that are dropping it off to the bartenders to the cook in the back. Everybody's touching that, and then you're gonna let them put some lime and salt on it and go lick it. You're disgusting.
Oh, jeez. All right, you made me sick to my stomach with that. But yeah. Oh my God. Look, back to the show.
Get back on the highway.
Thaddius makes an announcement. He's hanging out by the pool. Ariel's there. Tari's there. Even baby Vanessa Williams is there. And he says, hey, Carlos, we're going to go ahead and do this? Yep. Ladies, we've seen Tyson's schedule, and we're going to get one too. Was he being serious or was this a joke?
I think he was testing the waters. Because I think what they see with Tyson, it gives him a chance to kind of schedule some time to try to spend with everybody. But it's just a bad look. I think it's just a bad look, right? Hey, you want to go on a date with me? Here's a sign-up sheet. And then, all right, I'll see you at 2. I'll see you at 3:30. It just feels tacky.
Okay. For people like Steph who didn't really get a chance, because remember when they were on the golf date, she said, well, Janae's got Carlos.
Yeah.
This is when you can schedule some time because Carlos has been booed up with Janae since the beginning.
Yeah.
And Thaddius has been pretty steady on his as well, too. So this gives everybody else a chance, right?
No, I just don't like it because I understand conceptually you would say, well, this makes it an even playing field. No, it doesn't. Because why would Thaddius go on a date with somebody he knows he's not interested in? Yeah. Just because they signed up.
Well, because they signed up. That's why. Well, Ariel is not feeling it, and she lets it be known and really starts going in on Thaddius about that. And at the same time, Tari's like, oh, I see a chance here. She dives in and starts antagonizing Ariel. All's fair here?
Well, kind of all is fair. I think what set Thaddius off is that she asked him, why are you changing up your dynamic to match Tyson?
Right.
And I think that's what pissed him off. It's like, hey, what?
That's what okay.
I'm not trying to match Tyson, but she said that. Why are you trying to change up your dynamic to match Tyson?
So she thinks he's trying to be the playboy, and he's like, hold up now. Well, I like how he pulls her to the side, like, because as they're getting a little testy, he just kind of pushes her away because she's on the floaty. You're like, come on, get over here. You slide your ass on over here. Let's stop this. We're not doing this here. Right?
Treat her like Ilian Gonzalez, but nope.
No, Elian can stay. Oh, Dave Chappelle right there. But he does pull her to the side and has another conversation with her. And one thing I give Thaddius, he's not afraid to have these conversations, right?
Right. No, he's not. A lot of respect for him on how he handles these conversations with these women because he does it with respect. He's not mean. He's not trying to degrade anybody. I mean, he just does it in a really cool, gentleman way. I think he's dope.
So what do you think of this conversation you had with her and telling her, look, you should have had this conversation with me, not in front of everybody else. What are you doing?
Right. I agree with that because, and I'm assuming that is his thing. What if we're together and something happens and you just gotta like go off and talk some trash to people? What if it's a fan? I'm trying to autograph for me. You're dealing with celebrities. This is not the assistant manager at the local Walmart. This is a celebrity. You're gonna have to deal with a lot of that energy. from folks. And so the way that she handled herself, it was because it makes him look bad. Because that could have a negative impact on his money.
Yeah. Very true. And she's saying though that she wants her opinions to be respected.
Fair. But you're not there yet.
Oh, you got to earn the respect. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. You got to understand that where you're at right now. Mm-hmm. You can't be like, well, I want to voice my. No, you can't do that right away.
Meanwhile, I almost forgot she was still here. I thought she already eliminated, but Kat was still there, still in her feelings, because she can't get time with Tyson. And so he pulls her to the side. And after this little back and forth, that I was like, Jesus, please get to the point. And sprinkle it. There it was. She says she's going home, right?
Yeah. He told her, I don't want you to be a hostage here if you're unhappy. Mm-hmm. You got to go.
So we saw how that went down. But less than 2 minutes later, we see Tyson go call all the other guys in, right? He calls in Carlos. He calls in Thaddius. They go inside, and Tyson says, yeah, man, I had to send Kat home.
I'm laughing. You said he got to call all the guys in. I was like, dude.
You like that, didn't you?
In Carlos. He calls in.
You like that, didn't you? You like that? Yeah, I was being as dramatic as Tyson there because he did not have. I had to send her home. You didn't send her home. You offered her an out, and she took it.
And then he tried to act like he was just, emotionally distraught about that, and then walks on over to the refrigerator and goes, cross Kat out. Ladies, I got a spot open.
Well, Kat got what she wanted though, because she wanted time. She got time with him, but every time she had time, it was all about the fact she didn't have time. So as she's leaving, she got her kiss.
I noticed that because I'm like, why would okay?
He said, "Here's your parting gift."
Yeah. You can say I kissed Tyson. Right.
Exactly. Now, one of these things that just kept popping up was Felicia and Sarah. What was going on here with these two?
Well, I think Sarah is just in her feelings because she's doesn't like how Felicia, I think at some point she made the comment that Tyson was her man, and that ticked her off. Mm-hmm. But instead of just kind of cowgirling up and either talking to Felicia, just let it roll because it's a competition. People go say stuff. She let it really bother her. And I like Felicia because Felicia, when Tyson pulled her aside, she's like, look, I'm not here to be sister wives. I'm not rude to her. I didn't do anything mean to her, but I'm not trying to be her friend.
Before I get to how Felicia handled Tyson, because that was very interesting, the way she did that, right? She said, my man. Last show we watched, somebody, someone, Bravon said that people chastised her for that. Why are we not having the same energy here for Felicia?
Well, it's because of who the person was that said it. The personality, just a lot of the different things. People they weren't a fan favorite. That's why.
By the way, Lily says Sarah was correct. Tyson is such a jerk. He doesn't receive criticism or reproof at all. Major gaslighter. Do you agree?
I can't say he's a major gaslighter, but I can say that he is someone that probably I would argue that he can take criticism because as a model, he's getting critiqued all the time over everything. From how he looks, from head to toe, you're constantly getting judged. There's a lot that comes with that, but then also look at what he's been doing and what he's overcome. That dude is going to be cocky as hell. Mm-hmm. Why not? Y'all made him. No guys were like, I think Tyson is the
So you did not just throw that back on women. Ladies, this is your fault.
Yeah, y'all put him in the spotlight.
And I'm sorry, Sly. I'm not trying to bring her into this. I'm just trying to stand up for her because everybody, they gave her hell for saying that and don't want to give Felicia that same energy. And it's probably because of the same energy that Felicia gave Tyson when he tried to pull her aside. So Sarah and Tyson sit down. She bears her soul to Tyson, right? And here's what the problem is, and this is why, and da. And he goes and tries to have that same conversation with Felicia, and Felicia wasn't having it.
No, she wasn't. Very direct. Just say, I'm here for you. I'm not here for them. I'm not here to make friends. All right, we good? I'm gonna go back over and talk to the ladies. Why don't you get yourself, go get me a margarita? That's what
You go get me a margarita. To which Tyson was like, hey, I need you to put these spectacles on, this nurse uniform, and come upstairs and tell me that same thing all over again. Because I'm not gonna lie, hey, the way she handled him, I'm like, Felicia, okay.
Yeah.
She was not playing with him, man. I am not mad at her for that. You know, they had the elimination dinner, and the 4 women that were there, I want to know if you agree or disagree with the women that were there, right? Was there anybody you were like surprised to see there? Because there was, let's see, there was Sarah, there was Terry, there was Ariel, and there was Steph.
I was surprised to see Steph because I didn't see any drama or issues like we saw with Sarah, Ariel, and Terry. So I was surprised Steph was in that.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised because she had no connections. And when she tried to connect, we all saw how that was going.
Hey, Jennifer.
Oh, that's right. I'm your perfect match, Jennifer.
Yeah, that was awesome. Jennifer, suit up.
What we did see, though, was Thaddius having that conversation that he said he wanted to have with Tari. He had that deeper conversation, and we find out more about her trauma, where that stemmed from. And I like the way that Thaddius addressed it and handled that situation.
Yeah, I thought he handled it like a champ. You know, he recognized that she's hurting from something, and so she shares some things about her and her family. And he tells her that, you know, there's no way you'll be ready to love me with everything you're carrying right now.
Right.
Which you're not in a good place to be trying to find a partner. You got some stuff, some work you got to do on yourself.
Right. Yeah. And it's even when, hey, can I give you a hug? You know, just that moment, just to, hey, let me get that. And you're like, oh, hold up, that's at a 2. Right now, I'm gonna need you at a 12.
Yeah.
You see these muscles? I can take it.
What I thought was also really nice was he told her right there, hey, you're not going to be ready for me. So at least he had the one-on-one conversation, just in case if he, you know, when they finally have their conversation at the end.
Right, before the decisions. Yeah, he did.
Before the decision, he was honest.
It was a great way to kind of set it up and make sure she knows where she wasn't surprised at the decision, right?
Exactly.
But he had to have another conversation too with Ariel. And I kind of like the way he handled it because he's still not feeling the way Ariel handled the situation at the pool.
Yeah, well, I like how he brought it up. He explained, this is why it bothered me. Here's how I'm looking at it. You know, and what are you going to be like around me? And if we were together, you got to be able to control that. So it was great for her to hear that feedback. Maybe she's not dated a man like Titus before, but I think he's a good brother for how he handled it. And again, respectfully.
So she said she doesn't want to be a woman without a voice. Is she right?
Well, she's right. Yeah, she doesn't want to be a woman without a voice. But again, you've maybe had 1 date with Titus, maybe 2. Like you don't have a voice just yet. You're not there yet.
What was it? 3rd date? You finally get a voice?
No. You're in a competition. As he's trying to meet other women, it's you got to wait till that pool, you know, gets a little bit smaller. Then you can speak up and be loud. But for right now, you got to be cautious, in my opinion, if you want to win.
True.
That's what it's competition.
It is. Toya C says Titus seems so mature and handles conflict well.
He does.
He really does. He's from the very beginning with Dr. Shawana. When she said she wasn't comfortable, he addressed her, you know, eye to eye, even removed the shades to look her in the eyes. I know I keep bringing that up because it's a big deal because a lot of people don't, right? Yeah. And it's a small gesture, but yeah, he definitely handles it really well. I like this about him. Now, Tyson's sitting down with Sarah, who can't believe she's in the bottom 4.
Yeah. Here's what tripped me out about this one. She was more distraught that he thinks she's less than all the other girls there. compared to just trying to understand why he invited her to the elimination dinner.
Right. Did you open your eyes and look at me? Why am I here?
Yeah.
It's you kind of pick up on a lot of it because she says so earlier. I don't chase men like, and she said that. And she's the one that's also said she's dated a celebrity before. We haven't heard who it is. It looks like from the sneak peek we're going to get an answer, even though somebody else already told us in the live crew who it is. And if so, that's, well, something else. We get to the decisions, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things we found on the decisions, no surprise here, when we find out that Tari is gone, right? Because Thaddius tells her, and I like the way he does it. He says, "You are not our queen, but you are a queen."
Yeah, that's nice. It's really nice. I mean, it was nice. I mean, I've given him enough compliments already.
It sounds like you're trying to take it from her, though.
No, it's great. I'm not taking anything away from her at all.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. Carlos speaks to Steph, and he brings up these dope homie friendship vibes.
Yep.
Which usually means deuces.
Right. 100%. I think Steph wants to build that friendship, but you trying to date celebrities, you got to move a little bit faster.
Is that what it is?
I'm just saying.
How fast is too fast for respect then?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because I mean, I'm the guy that married at first sight. Yo, why don't y'all sleep together the first night?
Yeah.
If that's the altar, why not?
Well, so Steph is getting the boot. She's gone. I was like, so that's two. The next two are safe, right? Or are they going to eliminate 3 or 4 this time? And Thaddius has Ariel up there, and the way he's going, telling her he doesn't feel like she can protect them.
Yeah.
Did you get what he was saying when he said that?
Yeah. Because protect them is like their brand, like all of them. It's not so much physical protection, but just protect who they are. But I knew since Kat was out, I was like, okay, and they've gotten rid of.
That's 3 already.
Yeah, it was 3 already. I was like, okay, they're going to probably keep these 2.
That's a good point. You know what? Kat was. I forgot about her. I'm not even going to lie. Well, Tyson still lets. Thaddeus still lets Ariel stay. She's not going home, and then Tyson tells Sarah that they had so much fun in the beginning, but the fact that she let Felicia get to her by saying "my man," that's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's still not going home.
Yeah. But you got to keep saying.
Yeah.
One more time.
By the way, I made this note there, but I do see that Lily saw the same thing. Why did Tyson have those gold teeth? Yeah, he had the grill on the bottom at the dinner at that elimination dinner. Why?
I don't know why. Like, I don't know. Do you ever wear a grill?
No.
Yeah, I just don't see the point.
By the way, Toy says Sarah had so much attitude, but they call it spicy. I see what you're saying. See where you're going. And Lily says Big Titus was so lame for following Tyson and that list. He needed to be called out for that foolishness. I think it was, like Terrell said, a test. And to see how the women would react.
And failed.
Yes, Ariel failed, and Tari failed at that, because the way she tried to antagonize her in that moment, which she'd been doing that from the beginning. Remember, it was her and Sarah at first that were going at it. So, yeah, she's been problematic since she got in the house.
Yeah,
so
yeah, she has been.
Well, I will say, as hard as it was to take notes on this show and to get through this episode, it looks like the preview for the rest of the season seems like it's going to get a little, dare I say, better?
It always does. Every show we watch, the previews, the thing it's going to get, no, it's going to be the same stuff.
Okay, well, we appreciate you guys hanging with us and going through this. We really do. Do us a favor. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Hey, regulars, look out, because that Random Thoughts coming to you at least 12 to 24 hours before it gets to everybody else. And then, of course, Wednesday, You know it drops early, so go catch it. Matter of fact, it's going to drop really early since it's going to be on Greenwich Mean Time.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and make sure you're caught up, because Wednesday night, 8/7 Central, we're going to cover episodes 1 and 2, and then Thursday we'll get to episodes 3 and 4, so you can have your weekend back.
Perfect.
Hey, I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm Just Terrell.
Make sure you follow us at Yanni Rude, at Just Terrell, and at the RGRT Pod.
Yeah, send us some of your random thoughts or some of the bullshit you find on the internet. We may talk about it on the show.
It's Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.